Welcome to the build-up from RamsTV. This is the show that gives you everything you need to know before the big game kicks off. Today's the final game before the international break for Derby County. The Rams looking to get back to winning ways at home to Queen's Park Rangers. Well, Derby kicked off the championship campaign with 3 consecutive wins at Pride Park, a big contrast to their away form, which has seen them lose all 4 matches so far, including Tuesday's 2-0 defeat at Sunderland. But last Saturday saw the Rams' 10-game winning run at home come to an end with a controversial defeat to Norwich. It means Derby come into today's game looking to avoid a 4th loss in a row. The last time they did that was in the late 2020-21 championship season that only saw them avoid relegation on the final day. No new injury concerns for the Rams, though they're still without Callum Elder, David Ozo and Liam Thompson, to name just a few. Well, Queen's Park Rangers have injury concerns of their own. Defender Jake Clark-Salter's expected to be missing again, though Elias Chair is pushing for a start, having made his comeback off the bench in the week. That game saw QPR lose 3-1 at home to Hull to continue their winless start to the season at Loftus Road. Their only victory so far came away at Luton, who haven't enjoyed a great start themselves. In all competitions, QPR are on a 5-game winless run, though that hasn't stopped them from giving head coach Martí Cifuentes a new contract this week. He did save them from relegation last season after all. In terms of the head-to-head, Derby lead all-time with 23 wins to QPR's 19, but it's Rangers who've had the better of things in recent years, with a particular habit of scoring late goals against the Rams. They got a last-minute winner at Loftus Road the last time these sides met, 2.5 years ago, snatched wins on their last 2 visits to Pride Park, and they got one at Wembley just over 10 years ago. That's all we'll say about that one. We'll say no more about that one. More on today's game in a moment, but we'll start with the man who's going to be guest of honour at today's game. A former Derby Player of the Year is back in the area for a couple of days. Jacob Laursen was part of the first ever Derby side to play at Pride Park after it opened back in 1997, and we were able to show him around Moor Farm yesterday. Jacob.
Yeah.
How are you?
Hi.
Owen, RamsTV.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Oh, it's really nice. For me, it's like a second home. I've always loved it here at Derby, and it's great to be back and get the chance to see the first team play tomorrow, so it's fantastic.
And to see the facilities here, which I know you've had a little look at before, but I think the gist from yourself and Stefano has been you would have loved this sort of thing as a player.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, amazing. It's like I just said to Stefano, it's like if we had those facilities, you'd never go home from training. You'll keep training, you'll keep using the pitches, the gym, the swimming pools, everything. It's unbelievable, amazing.
In your day, you had the pleasure of the Ram Arena on Rainsway. Can you tell us what that was like and some stories from your time there?
I thought, for us it was a great place because it had a fantastic atmosphere. It was like you felt at home there. There was this vibe, energy. I know it wasn't the best facilities at all, but there was something special about Rainsway, and it had a lot of history, like the baseball ground. But you know, like moving to Pride Park, fantastic stadium, and now that you have these facilities, it's unbelievable, and it makes it. Sometimes you can improve a bit more. It's like you enjoy coming in, you have like the latest state of art, machinery or what have you, so it's fantastic.
You were at Derby County for some very special years, the move to Pride Park, meeting the Queen on the opening and everything that went with that. What really stands out from your time at Derby?
It actually has to be like the first year I was here when I played at the baseball ground, because for me as a young kid I was sitting in Denmark watching English football every Saturday, and you know, to play at the baseball ground, and not only the baseball ground but also, you know, the Dell at Southampton, Rooker Park at Sunderland, and those old stadiums, they had something special. So nowadays, like when I look back at like my career, this is like the fun memories. Doing absolutely nothing. Usually. Never. Yeah, don't look like you.
I'm on a computer now.
Yeah. You don't know how it works. Feel. You okay?
nice to catch up with Davo in the kit room.
Yes, it's always nice to meet some of those that were involved with you when you played football, and I've kept in touch with Stefano quite a little bit. We have something we're doing tonight, and some of our old teammates are coming as well, so it's really nice to catch up with them, and you have some good memories from when you played football back in the day.
Are you in touch with anybody else, former teammates?
No, I think what happens in football is like you know a lot of people, you have a lot of history with people, but you seem to lose like contact. I mean, I moved to England and I moved back to Denmark. I've played in Austria, and you meet people. But the thing is, like, it's like a small little club. So when you meet up, you have like this bond that will never break, and that's the great thing about football.
And you're here with your boys today who are somewhere. I think they've just walked off over there. How nice has it been to sort of show them around where Dad was a hero?
No, it's nice for me because they've never seen me play football at any level at all. And for them to come and see where I've played, we're going to a game and they can see, oh, you played there, Dad. And you have something that they can relate to when I tell them, oh, this is what I did and stuff like that. And they're into football as well, especially the young one. He's like massive in football. So it's good for them to learn and see. And even if you want to become a footballer, or he speaks to some of his friends and they want to become footballer, this is what you have to aim at and come to these facilities. It's good fun.
What does life look like now? How do you spend your time?
I've started my own academy, so I have some coaching there where I coach like one-to-ones with the players and try and give them some of the experience that I have from when I'm playing. And then I'm just finishing off like a master in mental coaching, which will be I'll finish early next year, and then hopefully I'll go into that. I'm trying to get into my network and see if there's any opportunities there.
And you mentioned you're at the game against Queen's Park Rangers. How much are you looking forward to seeing the Derby supporters again?
Yes, them and a good game and the atmosphere at Pride Park. I always loved coming to Pride Park also as a player, but also after. There's a great atmosphere. It's good to see the team again. I saw them when they were in League One. It'll be nice to see them in the Championship and see how they progress. And it looks like they've got a good group of players together now.
Terrific to see you back. Thank you.
Thank you.
The brilliant Jacob Laursen there. Well, the weekend's action in the Championship got underway last night with Sunderland and Leeds sharing the points at the Stadium of Light. A goalkeeping howler rescued the hosts at the end of that one. Portsmouth against Oxford is one of the lunchtime games today. Two of the promoted sides facing each other at Fratton Park. Elsewhere at 3, Plymouth host Blackburn and Middlesbrough face Watford. They're both just outside the playoffs after 8 games. Sunderland are top, but Burnley could leapfrog them this lunchtime. Derby 14th after the midweek matches. QPR, our third bottom, would go above the Rams with a win today. Portsmouth now the only side in the Championship without a win. Derby, of course, still waiting for their first away win after Tuesday's defeat at Sunderland. We've been reflecting on that and looking ahead to today with head coach Paul Warne.
I think the same as what I thought at the time. I was proud of a lot of it. I was proud of the fact that they're resilient. They kept going to the end. They don't give up. So that's the massive positives of our team. And I don't know how many people outside of our football club saw us winning there or not, but we did. So I thought we started really well, and we need to take a chance when we get one, really, but it was a good save from the keeper. But I just thought at times we were just a bit messy with the ball, I think is the nicest way to put it. I thought second half we were a bit better, but I didn't think first half we were controlled enough for me. But that you have to give respect to the opposition. They make it as hard as they can for you. They're the home side and all that. But I did think we played well in parts, but in all the games so far, we're talking about the smallest of margins, really. Like, they score a 30-yarder, which, in fairness, I was happy for him to shoot because they don't normally go in from that far out. So it's not bad defending, but us giving the ball away doesn't help. So, yeah, I thought generally speaking, we were good in parts. We don't give up, which I love about the team. And I thought second half, once we made the changes especially, I thought we were the next team that were going to score. But unfortunately it doesn't come, and the old classic, goals change games. We need to find more ways to score goals.
You made changes in terms of shape, personnel, and a couple of players made their debuts, full debuts for you, which sort of underlines how early on we are in the season. Are you still at the point where you're learning what's going to get the best out of this group and who's going to fit the best in certain positions?
No, I don't think I am. I think I know what my best team looks like. I think, but each week is a different question. So, some weeks we think it would suit having a 10. Sometimes we think it would be 2-8. Sometimes we think it would be a back three. And I know I've only used a back three once so far. So, no, I think we have a pretty good understanding of what all the players can do. I appreciate some when they come in, they haven't played for a bit ring rusty. I always, appreciate that. It doesn't matter how hard they train. But no, I think we've got a pretty good idea of everyone's contribution and how we see it.
Back to Pride Park on Saturday, where you've been excellent. You look at Sunderland, look at Blackburn, yourselves, just to name a few. There are a lot of teams who have been very, very good at home so far, and you're one of them.
Yeah, good. Long may it continue. I think we have been good at home. I think we have been good away from home. And like I said, the smallest of margins on many of the games. So, yeah, long may it continue. It's a great place for the lads to perform, so to speak, and they enjoy playing at home. And hopefully we can perform again on Saturday, because it's crucial that we try and take the 3 points. How
different a challenge the Queen's Park Rangers pose for you?
Honestly, probably a different. Well, every game's different, obviously, but I think they have a different threat. I think they're top on press and actions once they lose the ball. So if they lose it, they're coming after you straight away. So we have to be prepared at that. And then if we can break the press, that's how we will try and play, as you do with all teams. It'd be a great coaching point if I said, look, what we're trying to do is not to break the press. That's genius of me. Obviously, I'm telling you things you don't know. But I think, they've had, similar to us really, some games they've played really well in and unfortunate not to take more points. So, as all the teams will be, not that they need any more motivation, but coming up to the international break, everyone wants to finish on a win. So I know it's going to be another tough game, and everybody knows about our good home record, so that will, increase their intensity possibly coming in.
Squad look okay?
On a team photo or on a fitness thing? On a team photo, they look amazing. Fitness-wise, we've got a few issues. We have definitely got a few issues coming into this game. So the international breaks come at a really good time for us, but I'll try and keep them to myself.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
There he is, Derby boss Paul Warne, and we're bringing the team news in Matchday Live from 2:30. One question today: who will wear the captain's armband? Eiran Cashin had it for the first time on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it's an honour really. I think many years ago when I was a scholar and I was living in Diggs here, my Diggs parents always used to say, I reckon you'll be Derby captain one day, and to be honest, I didn't even see myself playing for the first team, never mind being the captain. But yeah, unreal honour, and it was just a proud moment for me and my family, I guess. So really enjoyed that aspect of it.
Surprised to get the armband, or?
Yeah, well, obviously, I think there's probably some other lads at Naus who probably were a bit more deserving of it. Obviously, a bit more experienced, but he basically said that he doesn't feel like he needs the armband to be a leader on the pitch. And yeah, just said he thinks it would be good for me. And obviously, when the gaffer says that I'm captain, I'm not going to turn it down. Do you know what I mean? That's something that I want to definitely step into. And Mendes is a great captain at the minute. But yeah, it's something that obviously in the future I definitely want to step into. So just try to make the most of it, really.
Sort of on that, you don't turn 23 till next month, but you've been a big part of this team for a couple of years now. Talk to me about being sort of a young leader in a dressing room that has the likes of Nathaniel Mendes-Lang, Curtis Nelson and everyone else that's in there.
Yeah, of course. I think obviously age is something, but it's not everything. So I try and voice my opinion during the game, after the game, at half time. Tell them how I feel. I don't shy away from that. But to be fair, it's not like we've got a good set of lads. So there's not much leadership needed in the sense of like everyone's on the same page, everyone's doing the same thing. So as far as that's concerned, there's not much different to what it'd be like usually. But yeah, just obviously with the lads, and they're just trying to get as much experience off them as possible, from Mendes, like from Nelson, from Sonny, from Nat. So yeah, just trying to learn off them all and trying to get better.
I often talk to players about their personal ambitions, their targets. Is captaining Derby something that you always hoped to do, if not expected?
Yeah, of course. I mean, especially when I started playing regularly for the first team, I think it was always something. I've always been captain in the underage and that, and like I say, it's a leadership role is something that I want to definitely step into, and I am trying to. And like I say, I'm just trying to learn the ropes, learn my own trade first. But yeah, I definitely am trying to step into a captain, and hopefully one day I'll be there permanently.
Let me take you back 2.5 years. Last time Derby County faced Queen's Park Rangers, you stood on the pitch at Loftus Road on the day that Derby were relegated from the Championship. Now you're back. How much has it meant to you to be part of this whole journey with the club?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, to be there alongside the fans, alongside everyone who's been involved with the club and associated with the club, it's a massive honour, and to be able to step out on the pitch on Saturday and be part of, like you said, we was there when we went down, and the fans were right behind us, and it was actually a really sad day, but it was actually quite a nice day, because we were so together. You know what I mean? Like, obviously getting relegated and seeing all the fans singing, and they didn't show up the whole game, and after the game, it was really quite touching, really. So to be back out there on Saturday, and hopefully we get the same support, and hopefully it'll be a bit of a better scenario this time.
Coming back to the present, how important is a result for you on Saturday, you think?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, obviously, I don't think we've last few games we haven't obviously won, but we've played some tough teams, and we've showed glimpses of playing really well and loads of positives, but we just haven't quite put it together to get the 3 points. But yeah, obviously we're back at home, which is always nice. And yeah, we've done our work on QPR. We know they'll be good, but we definitely fancy ourselves to go and get 3 points, and I think it's very much needed.
That's Derby defender Eiran Cashin, and this has been the build-up. Viewers outside the UK can watch Derby County against Queen's Park Rangers on RamsTV. Get your Game Pass now at dcfc.co.uk. We'll see you for Matchday Live at 2:30. Until then, goodbye.